Welcome to Finding America HD. I'm Tom Wiles, your host. Today we're going to be taking a journey down south through Denver, Colorado on Interstate 25, and then down into New Mexico and west Texas. And we're going to take a look at different landscapes as well as a very impressive rainbow. Easily the most impressive rainbow I've ever seen. So let's get started. So right here I am coming up on downtown Denver, Colorado. Don't know whether it's showing up in the video or not, but you can see a little bit of the Denver smog. It's a little hazy, and there's a little bit of a brown tinge that kind of ends up kind of hanging over the city, because Denver is kind of nestled against the Rocky Mountains. The greater Denver area is, most of it's kind of flat, but it is kind of up against the Rocky Mountains, and so the air sometimes, depending on which way the wind is blowing, the air kind of tends to get stagnant over Denver at times, and so the city does end up having a bit of a problem with all of the automobile exhausts, causing the air to kind of end up being a little brown looking, and then you end up with the so-called smog, or smoke plus fog. This is far southern Colorado on Interstate 70. This is far southern This is far southern Colorado on Interstate 25, about 20 miles north of the border with New Mexico. Of course, I'll be going into New Mexico, and then once I get part of the way across New Mexico, I will actually cut off on several different two-lane roads in order to get to my destination, which is Alpine, Texas. But as you go south, leave south out of Denver, and it's mostly sort of flat. You get to I don't know, Pueblo and down in that area, and you do run into a few little hills here and there. But 25 mostly seems to sort of run parallel to the mountains. On the east side, as you're going south, that's kind of gets out into the flat country, and as you go into the west of I-25 roughly, that's where you have the mountains at. And so those mountains that we're looking at, probably the road is going to curve to the left, and even though it seems like they're straight ahead of me at the moment, chances are they're not. I'll be passing to the east of those, but I might be wrong. You never know. I'm now in northern New Mexico, and kind of going through a bit of more of a flat area. The interesting thing here is that the clouds, it's raining just a bit, and there on the right you can see what is actually rain sort of coming down. Pretty sure that's what that is. I've seen that before, sometimes in the right weather circumstances, where you've got a kind of a partially clear sky, and then you've got some clouds. You can actually see areas where rain is sort of coming down, and even though it's not really, it might be sprinkling a bit where I'm at, probably over there where you see that it looks like the clouds are kind of something's kind of coming down. It's probably raining fairly heavily over there, but that's not something you see very often. You might see it more in a western state where you've kind of got a variety of clouds going on in the sky. As I say, part of the sky is clear, and then you have those some heavy clouds like that where there is some rain activity going on. This is US 84 south, but it's also known as, at least this portion of the road is part of the historic, so-called historic Route 66, US Highway 66, that a number of years ago they decided, well, the interstates have replaced it, we'll just do away with Route 66. There was still actually a US Route 66. They did away with it, and then a couple of years later they came back and they decided, well, we'll make it historic Route 66, and then that will allow all kinds of tourism and all kinds of Route 66 merchandise to spring into existence. Wow, I've got to say that's one of the brightest rainbows, most unusual looking rainbows I've seen maybe ever, or at least in a very, very long time. That thing is just really super bright. This is Roswell, New Mexico. This is Carlsbad, New Mexico. This is Pecos, Texas. Having to wait for a train to go by. Now about 4 miles east of Alpine, Texas. And this is Alpine, Texas. That's it for this episode of Finding America HD. Join me next time